2x squared plus 10x equals 0. We'll find x here. And let's see how many values will satisfy our equation. There are two terms here, 2x squared plus 10x. It's quadratic because our degree here is 2. Let's try to look at the first method that we've used before. That is factoring out the greatest common factor. By factoring out the greatest common factor, let's factor 2x squared and 10x. And we have here 2 times x times x. For 10, what are your factors for 10? You have 2 and 5, and then x. Of course, that's equal to 0 there. Now, what's common to each of this? We see 2. We also see x. And so our GCF here is equal to 2x. All right. So for 2x squared plus 10x, our GCF is 2x. It's positive since our sign here is positive. Now one of your factors here is 2x. Now let's find the other factor by dividing both sides by, both terms, not both sides, both terms by 2x. Let me erase this equal sign there. There should be no equal here. So what's 2x squared divided by 2x? X. And 10x divided by 2x. 5, we cancel your 5, and that's equal to 0. In solving for a quadratic equation, we have to use the zero product property. And that means we can set each factor to 0 and then solve for our x. Setting each factor to 0, you have 2x equals 0 or x plus 5 equals 0. Dividing both sides by 2, we have x which is now equal to 0. And the second factor, or the second equation, x plus 5 plus 0, subtract both sides by 5, so x is equal to -5. So we have these two values for x, 0 and -5. This would be your solution set. -5, 0 is your solutions for this equation, 2x squared plus 10x equals 0. We can also check this if we want. So let's check. Let's check our solution. So check if x is 0, will it satisfy our equation? Looking at our equation here, the original equation is 2x squared plus 10x equals 0. When we plug in 0 to x, we have 2 times 0 squared plus 10 times 0 equals 0. Right, 0 squared is 0. 10 times 0 is 0. 2 times 0 is 0 plus 0, 0. Okay, 0 plus 0 equals 0. Well, that's correct. That's a true statement. What if we plug in -5? We also get a true statement. That's right. Let us check x equals -5. All right. We plug in x to -5 to x. So we have here 2 times -5 squared plus 10 times -5. We'll see if we get equal numbers on both sides. -5 squared, it's -5 times -5, you have 25. And then 10 times -5, -50. 2 times 25, you have 50. Is 50 plus -50 equal to 0? Yes, so 0 is equal to 0 there, right? So it's again a true statement. See, both values satisfy our equation and our solutions are -5, 0. You have 5x squared minus x equals 0. There are two terms. The first thing to look at is the possibility of using GCF. Do we have a GCF for 5x squared minus x? If we factor it, we have, right, we have 5 times x times x. How about x? Still x. And what's common? And that's x. Common is x. And so we write our GCF here. It's equal to x. And so we have x. Let's find the factor here inside. We can divide by x both terms. We do that. 5x squared divided by x is 5x. And negative x divided by x is negative 1. Of course, that's equal to 0. Again, I should not put equal 0. Remove that equal. Setting its vector to 0 using the zero product property, we have x equals 0 or 5x minus 1 equals 0. We already have x here that's 0, so that's one of the value. And we solve here. We solve 5x minus 1 equals 0. We have to add both sides by 1. Already solve for your x. And so we have 5x, 0 plus 1. That gives us 1. Divide both sides by 5. Therefore, x is equal to 1 over 5. And these are our solutions. Let's check this. Check x equals 0. Let's plug in 0 to our equation. What's our equation? It is 5x squared minus x equals 0. Plugging in 0 to x, we have 5 times 0 squared minus 0 equals 0. 0 squared, we know that to be 0, right? And 5 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 0 equals 0. That's a true statement. Now, what if we check our 1/5? X equals 1/5. Well, checking is optional. If you just want to do checking, you can plug into the original equation. So what if it's 1/5? Your x is 1/5. So we have 5 times your x, that's 1/5 squared minus 1 over 5 equals 0. 1/5 squared. 1/5 times 1/5 is 1 over 25. Okay, minus 1/5. But you can divide 5 and 25 by 5, right? So we can cancel this. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 25 divided by 5 is 5. Therefore, we have 1/5 minus 1/5. And that, of course, is 0 equals 0. Right, so that's the checking.